Here we go, back again with another video. Yesterday's video, Sunderland have made the first signing of the pre-season. I have to admit, I've been getting a little bit worried without expressing too much concern. But yes, we've signed Alex Pritchard. Alex Pritchard from Huddersfield Town on a 2-year deal. The 28-year-old who is friends with Christian Eriksen. I hope he gets better. Harry Kane, they played together at Tottenham. Pritchard's career so far, the 28-year-old, 5'7", he isn't the biggest of midfielders, an attacking midfielder. For Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur, 2011 to 2016, he was out on loan the majority of the time with clubs like Peterborough, Swindon and Brentford, where he played 45 matches and scored 12 goals. Then on loan to West Bromwich for 2 games. But then he was bought by Norwich in 2016 to 2018. 38 games, 7 goals for Norwich. And then at Huddersfield, he played for Huddersfield between 2018 and 2021. 80 games for Huddersfield, and there was 44 games in the Premier League, mind. And he scored 3 goals. So Alex Pritchard isn't a bad signing. I'm not going to go into depth of what Lee Johnson actually said, because we know Lee Johnson's going to praise the man because he's bought him and he's bought him into the club, simple as. So he wants people to think he's a good signing. Do I think he's a good signing? Well, why not? The 28-year-old has signed a 2-year deal at the Stadium of Light and has been the club's He's the club's first. We'll start that again. He's become the club's first signing of the pre-season. Pritchard moved to the weir side following a 3.5-year spell at Huddersfield Town, during which he played 44 games in the Premier League. So for me, he's really highly rated by Harry Kane as well. Harry Kane has said, as such, that he's going to say that because there's a picture here of Kane and Pritchard in the same team when Kane was really young, obviously. Sunderland new boy Pritchard has received glowing praise from former teammates Harry Kane and Christian Eriksen. The trio played together at Tottenham Hotspur, and both Kane and Eriksen were impressed with Pritchard's time at White Hart Lane. So that's promising. The 28-year-old midfield has become Sunderland's first signing. Now, is that worrying? Sunderland's first signing. Lee Johnson has said, because of COVID outbreaks left, right and centre throughout the country and other countries, that it's been a bit slow on the uptake for signings. But Pritchard, midfielder, we need midfielders and an attacking midfielder. We've been used to having these holding midfielders or defensive midfielders. Ledbetter, a great player, but his legs are gone, and it was a really good midfielder for spraying the ball around a defensive midfielder, getting back and doing defensive duties, but you wouldn't see him run with the ball through the middle as much. Scowen could run with the ball through the middle, but would pass the ball to the invisible man. End of the day, I do wish him all the best, but I should let sleep in. I should let things go, shouldn't I? No, I'm just joking. But yeah, so defensive midfielders. Dobson, another defensive midfielder. We've had ample defensive midfielders. Now, this guy's supposed to be an attacking midfielder. He scored, like I said, even from Brentford on loan, 12 goals in 45 games. Now, those games were probably in the Championship. So for me, 12 goals, it's not a bad ask. That was only back in 2015. Yes, it was 6 years ago. He's only 28-year-old. He should be in the prime of his playing career. The next couple of seasons, for me, in League One as well, a drop down in grade, should we say. A drop down in grade to League One. Now, we do need plenty more players coming in. I'm going to give a rating. I haven't seen the guy play. I'm going off what I've read. I'm going off the position he's played at, in the teams he's played, in the leagues he's played. So for me, I do think it's a decent signing. But at the time, we all thought Aidan O'Brien was a good signing when he moved down a league. Aidan O'Brien could come good this season, because sometimes players sometimes players do take a season to bed in, then they find their feet the following season. So it's a player in. It's a surprise player. I thought the week had gone. I was getting a bit worried. Other people on the channel were getting a bit worried too. But we've got a player in finally. We've got 2 midfielders in this week if we're going to use Luke O'Nien as a midfielder, which we should do, really. We do need a right back, if not 2 right backs. couple of left backs, if that includes Denver, striker. So it's good. It'll come together in time. The goalkeepers are there. I think it'll come together in time. It will take longer than we wanted, but so long as we get the right players in under Lee Johnson, and we just hope it comes together, because we do need to have a strong squad. The bookies are making us 6-1 favourites. Do you think we deserve to be favourites? In the comments below, do you think we deserve to be favourites? Because 6-1 is a little bit tight for me. But if we get one or two really good, complete, the finished article players in with the, we need to have players with experience from the Championship and the Premier League if possible, and not just robbing League 2 players or half-decent League 1 players. We need experienced players to come into the side who have done the business at a higher level. If we want to get promoted, if that means getting 28-year-olds, fair enough, we may have to. Alex Pritchard, is he going to end up being better than Max Power? Why not? That could be an improvement. It could be an improvement. But we do need many more in. Luke O'Nien. Is Luke O'Nien, when moved into the correct position in midfield, going to be an improvement over Joshua Scowen? Well, I think we know the answer to that. So, we could be actually improving the midfield. We will miss Grattan a bit, like I said before, but he is coming to the twilight of his career, and this season might have been a little bit too much for him. So far so good, but we do need a good 4 or 5 more signings in, if possibly next week, the week after. We do have the York game coming up, the friendly at York. So we want to have a good at least 4 or 5 players in before the next friendly, because they need to be starting to embed it in, grow together as a unit, and get better and stronger. Now, I want to see a right back come in, a couple of right backs come in. Centre backs, Flanagan, Wright, Jamajli. We've got 1 or 2 good youngsters, Oliver Younger in the youth setup. But we do probably need another quality centre back to come in, because we know of last season's, if anything to gain by the experience of last season, is we know we could get a lot of injuries. We do need to have a strong backup team. Simple as. We need a good, strong, solid bench if we want to get promoted this season. Other teams have done well so far. So there we go. First player in, Alex Pritchard. I'm happy. Yes, I'm happy with the signing. Why not? Like I said before, the reason being, he's got the experience of Premier League, of Championship, so he's come down to a lower level, and I am happy with Alex Pritchard. Now, I will be doing a video later on today, hopefully a funny video on different things to do with England coming home, football video. As you can see, my prediction in the background, I'm going for an England 1, Italy 0. Also, I will be streaming the final live. I've streamed every single match so far live, and it got stronger and stronger, and we're still here, and we're going towards the final. So hopefully it will be coming home for the first time since 1966, 51 years ago, 55 years ago, way before I was born. So if you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed a bit of updates, please subscribe to the channel. Be much appreciated. Take care, God bless, and we'll see you later. Hopefully later on tonight, when I'll have something a little bit different for you. See you later. If not, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy. Football's coming home again. I couldn't resist sing. I love a sing.